If you're struggling to sleep through the night, it may not be because of aging, but because of one seemingly harmless habit that's quietly stealing your precious deep sleep every single night. Think back to last night. You went to bed at 10 p.m., turned off the lights, avoided screens, and tried to calm your mind. You followed all the right advice. But then, at 2 a.m., you woke up. No noise, no urgency, no particular discomfort, just a sudden pull from your body that yanked you out of sleep. And from that moment, no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't go back. This isn't just one isolated night. It's happened repeatedly, so often, in fact, that you've started to believe it's normal. But that normal is quietly draining the quality of your life. You wake up in the morning feeling heavy, mentally foggy, your heart rhythm unsteady, your reflexes slow, and your joy for life absent. You tell yourself this must be aging. But that's not the truth. Aging is not the reason you can't sleep. And the biggest mistake? You're still drinking plain water before bed, without knowing that after the age of 60, that glass of water may no longer be as harmless as you once thought. In fact, it may be the very thing disrupting your sleep. The underlying cause lies in a decline in natural hormonal function, especially the hormone ADH, antidiuretic hormone, which helps the bladder retain fluids overnight. As ADH decreases with age, your bladder loses its ability to hold back even small amounts of fluid. And yes, even a small glass of water, just one, is enough to trigger a nighttime awakening. You find yourself waking up with a mild urge to urinate, followed by full alertness. And the worst part is, you can't fall back into deep sleep. And deep sleep is the foundation of biological repair. It's when hormones are produced, cells are regenerated, and the brain detoxifies and reorganizes memory. Every time your deep sleep is disrupted, an entire cycle of recovery is cut short. And if this continues, week after week, month after month, you'll begin to notice signs of chronic fatigue, fading memory, emotional instability, erratic blood pressure, weakened immunity, and a gradual sense that you're living in survival mode, not in vitality. This isn't natural aging. This is biological depletion, caused by habits that no longer align with your body's current state. You don't need to give up water, but you do need to change the kind of water you consume at night. That's why I made this video, to show you 6 natural, effective alternatives to plain water that not only help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, but also support true overnight recovery. These are simple, natural drinks with high biological value. They soothe the nervous system, regulate your heart rate, balance melatonin levels, avoid chilling the stomach, do not overstimulate the bladder, and most importantly, they preserve the integrity of your sleep. I want you to watch until the end, because the 6th drink I'll share with you is the most powerful and least known. It could be the key that reopens the door to restful sleep, perhaps in just a few nights. And if what I've said so far resonates with your current experience, I warmly invite you to hit the subscribe button now. By subscribing, you help me continue creating high-quality, deeply helpful content tailored for those who want to live clearly, healthfully, and intentionally, especially during one of life's most delicate and challenging stages, life after 60. Now, before we begin the core section, I have one question for you. Not to test your knowledge, but to invite reflection and help you understand yourself better. In your opinion, what is the true reason behind your lost deep sleep? A. Because your body is naturally weakening with age. B. Because you're still following outdated habits that no longer align with your current biology. Choose A or B and share your answer in the comments below. Now, let us begin the first part of this journey, where you'll uncover the real reason why plain water at night may be silently sabotaging your sleep, and how to change everything with one small, yet powerful choice. 1. Scientific explanation. Why plain water at night may no longer be beneficial after age 60. You've likely heard this advice all your life. Drink plenty of water every day. That water is the foundation of health. That your body needs it for energy, detoxification, and sustaining vital functions. And that's true, but only partially. After the age of 60, the other half of the story, one that few people ever mention, becomes far more critical. Water is not always beneficial, especially not at night, especially not once your body has moved into a different physiological phase where the old rules no longer apply. This is the moment you must understand what's truly happening inside your aging body when you continue to drink plain water before bedtime. Let's begin with the hormonal changes. In youth, your body naturally produces a sufficient amount of antidiuretic hormone, ADH. This hormone plays a key role in signaling your kidneys and bladder to retain water during sleep. At night, ADH works to suppress the urge to urinate, allowing your bladder to hold fluid and your brain to remain undisturbed, so you can rest for several uninterrupted hours. However, after age 60, ADH production begins to decline. Your bladder becomes more sensitive and less tolerant. When additional fluid is introduced late in the day, your body can no longer retain it overnight as it once did. The result? Even one small glass of water, harmless as it may seem, can prematurely fill the bladder. And once that signal reaches your brain, midway through the night, you wake up. Right at the moment when your body is entering its deepest, most restorative sleep phase, right when cellular repair is underway, right when the immune system is being recalibrated, your sleep is cut short, and returning to that ideal biological state is no longer possible. What happens next isn't as simple as using the bathroom and going back to sleep. The human body isn't a switch that turns off and on. Once you are awakened from deep sleep, specifically stage 3 of non-REM sleep, the entire pattern of brainwaves, hormonal sequences, and neural repair signals is disrupted. The sleep you experience afterward is shallow, fragmented, semi-conscious. It lacks melatonin production, growth hormone secretion, neural detoxification, and muscle regeneration, and it certainly doesn't leave you feeling refreshed the next morning. But ADH isn't the only issue. After 60, the pineal gland, the source of melatonin, also becomes less efficient. Melatonin is the conductor of the sleep orchestra. It doesn't just make you sleepy, it regulates your entire internal biological clock. When melatonin decreases, your brain struggles to schedule deep sleep properly. Worse yet, if you wake up in the middle of the night, due to bladder stimulation or any other reason, your body finds it extremely difficult to reinitiate melatonin production a second time in the same night. This means, when you lose your deep sleep once, you likely lose the entire night's regenerative cycle. And if this happens multiple times per week, the consequences are cumulative: reduced memory, heightened inflammation, increased risk of type 2 diabetes, heightened risk of dementia, bone density loss, emotional instability, and accelerated neurodegeneration. Another often overlooked biological factor is body temperature regulation. After age 60, the body's ability to maintain stable temperature diminishes. You become more susceptible to cold. Any liquid introduced into the body before bed, unless properly warmed, can lower stomach temperature and send a mild stress signal to the hypothalamus. The brain interprets this as a potential threat. In response, the body releases cortisol, a hormone that directly opposes melatonin. The result? Brain activation. Even if you don't fully awaken, the presence of cortisol degrades the quality of your sleep. As you can see, everything after 60 becomes more delicate, more easily disrupted. There is no single major factor that ruins your sleep, but a collection of subtle changes: reduced water retention hormones, lower melatonin, a more reactive bladder, weakened thermoregulation, diminished brainwave stability, and slower restorative processes. Drinking plain water at night, essentially a neutral fluid, offers no biological value to support sleep. It doesn't relax the brain, doesn't provide sleep-specific nutrients, doesn't balance the nervous system, doesn't regulate blood pressure, doesn't stabilize heart rate, doesn't boost melatonin, and worst of all, it may activate your bladder prematurely. This is precisely why a new solution is needed, not to eliminate water, but to upgrade its function. You need to transform it into a form of biologically valuable liquid, one that aligns with your body's evolving needs post-60. You simply need to be more precise. And that precision starts with choosing a new kind of bedtime drink, not plain water, but a functional beverage that nourishes the nervous system, stabilizes circadian rhythms, warms the core, avoids bladder stimulation, and most importantly, triggers deep sleep naturally, not artificially. In the next section, I'll introduce 6 such drinks, detailing each from the most accessible to the most effective. From simple formulations to those rich in recovery-enhancing compounds, and how to use them to begin seeing changes from the very first night. Just remember, plain water isn't bad. It's just no longer good enough once your body has evolved beyond the conditions of youth. 2. A new solution. 6 alternative nighttime drinks for deep sleep, fewer awakenings, and cellular recovery. Once you understand why plain water at night may no longer be suitable after the age of 60, the next step is not to avoid hydration, but to change the type of fluid you choose before bedtime. The aging body does not require more, it requires what's right. And by right, we do not only mean the correct time or dosage, but alignment with biological function. A beverage that not only quenches thirst but soothes the nervous system, not just something to warm the body, but to activate the self-healing mechanisms of deep sleep. When chosen properly, even a small cup can transform how you feel the next morning, awake, refreshed, and revitalized, as if returning from a place where your body had been repaired, recharged, and reborn. The 6 beverages I'm about to share are not elaborate recipes nor expensive supplements. Each serves a specific purpose, suited to different body types, conditions, and needs. For those with nervous tension, a cold sensitive digestive tract, blood sugar fluctuations, night cramps, joint pain, or simply those seeking natural, medication-free deep sleep. None of these drinks is a universal remedy, but at least one may be the exact solution your body needs right now. The first is a gentle and accessible plant-based drink. Warm oat milk cooked with a touch of cinnamon. Oats are naturally rich in tryptophan, a precursor amino acid essential for the production of serotonin and melatonin, the neurotransmitters that regulate mood and sleep. Oats are also high in vitamin B6, a crucial cofactor for converting tryptophan to serotonin. When warmed with a pinch of cinnamon, not only do you enhance the aroma, but you also introduce cinnamaldehyde, a compound known to dilate blood vessels, promote circulation, and deliver more oxygenated blood to the brain, encouraging quicker and deeper sleep. This is particularly effective for those with a slightly elevated heart rate, overactive nighttime thoughts, or mild anxiety. It calms while providing a natural sense of safety in the chest. The second drink is tailored for individuals who often go to bed with restlessness, anxiety, rapid heartbeat, or shallow breathing. A tea made from valerian root and peppermint. Valerian root has been used for thousands of years in European medicine as a natural sedative. Modern studies confirm that valerianic acid in valerian enhances GABA activity, an inhibitory neurotransmitter that calms brain activity and shifts the central nervous system toward a resting state. Paired with peppermint, a herb rich in menthol that relaxes smooth muscles, reduces digestive discomfort, cools the throat, and slightly lowers core body temperature, you have a tea that both soothes the mind and prepares the body to surrender to sleep. Ideal for those nights when lingering thoughts or emotional turbulence keep your heart unsettled. The third option is inspired by Eastern tradition: roasted brown rice tea brewed with lotus seeds. Brown rice is rich in vitamins B1, B3, and B6, along with manganese and magnesium, all critical for energy metabolism, nervous system regulation, and reducing muscular tension. Lotus seeds, known in traditional medicine as a heart-soothing and sleep-nourishing remedy, contain alkaloids that promote anxiolytic effects and stabilize REM sleep. When simmered long enough, this combination produces a warm amber liquid with a subtle aroma and natural sweetness, inviting the body to gradually dissolve into rest. This is particularly beneficial for those prone to irritability, shallow sleep, early morning waking, or those coping with grief or emotional heaviness seeking restorative sleep for both body and soul. The fourth drink is walnut milk cooked with freshly crushed turmeric. While turmeric is commonly known for its anti-inflammatory benefits, fewer people are aware that curcumin, its active compound, also modulates the HPA axis, the regulatory circuit between the brain and adrenal glands that governs cortisol production. In older adults, nighttime cortisol often remains elevated, contributing to insomnia. When combined with plant-based omega-3 fats from walnuts, curcumin is better absorbed and works synergistically to calm the nervous system and increase natural melatonin levels. After simmering for 5 minutes, this golden-hued milk carries a mildly spicy aroma and warming depth, comforting both the gut and the mind before bed. Ideal for individuals with mild emotional imbalances, joint pain, or those seeking hormonal restoration through natural means. The fifth beverage is a unique combination of saffora flower, wai-wa, and passion flower, two herbs used across both Eastern and Western traditions for aging populations. Saffora is rich in rutin and quercetin, flavonoids that strengthen blood vessels, improve cerebral circulation, and support blood pressure regulation, all crucial for uninterrupted sleep. Passion flower, like valerian, enhances GABA activity, but with gentler effects, making it less likely to cause grogginess the following morning, when steeped for 7 to 10 minutes and paired with a drop of natural vanilla. This amber-colored tea offers a gentle, calming experience, best for individuals who struggle with fragmented sleep, frequent nighttime awakenings, or sleep disturbances related to hypertension or poor circulation. Lastly, and perhaps the most potent drink on this list, is either gelatin dissolved in warm water or bone broth infused with fresh ginger. Gelatin is a rich source of glycine, an amino acid that slows the heart rate, lowers core temperature, and enhances delta brainwave activity, essential for deep, non-REM sleep. Glycine also aids memory, supports collagen repair, softens muscle tissue, and reduces chronic inflammation in aging joints. A teaspoon of gelatin in 120 milliliters of warm water, or a gently simmered bone broth, 6 to 8 hours, strained and infused with ginger, becomes a true biological remedy. This drink is intended for those with long-term insomnia, morning fatigue, muscle weakness, joint stiffness, or that vague but persistent sense of lifelessness upon waking. When used properly, within 3 to 4 nights, you may notice your body recovering in ways no supplement has ever delivered. 6 drinks, 6 biological approaches, 1 goal: to restore your body's natural ability to sleep deeply, because deep sleep is the foundation for all other healing processes. You don't need them all, just one, the one that aligns best with your current state. Drink it warm, drink it slowly, drink it at the right time, around 60 to 90 minutes before bed. No food, no sugar, no rush. Treat it as a ritual, a gentle signal to your body that it is time to rest, repair, and heal. In the next section, I will guide you through how to use these drinks correctly, matching the right time, dosage, and biological response, not only to prevent midnight awakenings but to help you experience full body restoration every time you close your eyes. But before we proceed, take a moment to choose which drink you'll try tonight. And remember, healing does not begin with more. It begins with what's right. And what's right starts with a single cup. The right function, the right body, the right time. 3. The right way to use. Letting sleep come naturally. The first principle. It's not about quantity, it's about precision. The body at night does not require large volumes of fluid, but rather a small enough amount to avoid putting pressure on the bladder, yet substantial enough to deliver nutrients to the nervous system, blood vessels, and muscle tissue. The optimal fluid intake for nighttime use typically ranges between 100 to 150 milliliters. After the age of 60, your body loses the ability to retain water as efficiently as before. And forcing too much fluid late at night may lead to frequent awakenings without you ever realizing that the true cause lies in overhydration. The second principle. Timing is key. One of the most common mistakes is drinking too close to bedtime, or worse, right before getting into bed. It is essential to understand that the body needs a transition period to shift from an active to a restorative state. Even if you drink the right type of fluid, whether it be tea, plant-based milk, or gelatin, if consumed too late, the body won't have adequate time to absorb and utilize it at the biologically optimal phase of sleep. The ideal window for consuming sleep-supportive beverages is 60 to 90 minutes before your intended bedtime. Within this time frame, your digestive system remains active, body temperature is sufficient, and your mind is alert enough to engage in other calming rituals such as deep breathing, light meditation, or listening to slow-wave music. This is not only about aligning with circadian rhythms, but about emotional pacing and intentional preparation for sleep. The third principle. Sip slowly, breathe deeply, and be fully present. Though seemingly simple, this is an art that many adults have long forgotten. When you drink a cup of any sleep-supporting fluid, be it bone broth or golden milk, you're sending a signal to your body. It is time to enter recovery mode. If you rush the act, multitask while drinking, scroll on your phone, or let your thoughts drift to tomorrow's to-do list, your body won't fully register the biological quality of the beverage. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes for what may seem like a minor act. Sip slowly. Pause with eyes closed between sips. Take a deep breath after each swallow. Feel the warmth spreading through your chest. And let your mind stay anchored. This not only improves nutrient absorption, but also helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for rest and recovery. The fourth principle: relieve physical tension before entering sleep. No matter what kind of drink you choose, if you fail to empty your bladder or neglect body relaxation before lying down, any remaining fluid may become a trigger for midnight awakenings. Immediately after consuming a sleep-supportive drink, allow your body about 30 minutes to digest. Then use the restroom as a resetting ritual. Do not underestimate this. An empty bladder not only facilitates deeper sleep, but also eases subconscious anxieties about whether you might need to get up during the night. This sense of security plays a crucial role in elderly sleep quality, and sometimes a small, mindful step can drastically improve your ease of falling asleep. The fifth principle: don't try everything at once. This is one of the most common mistakes when presented with a compelling list of sleep-enhancing drinks. Each beverage described earlier works through different mechanisms. Some target the central nervous system. Others soothe blood vessels. Some support hormonal balance, while others repair muscle tissue. If you tried 2 or 3 options within the same week, it becomes difficult to determine which one your body truly responds to. Give each choice a full 5 to 7 days for observation. Record how you feel during and after drinking it. Note your sleep quality, the timing of any awakenings, and your morning state of alertness. This data is invaluable in helping you understand your body's response. You don't need a new recommendation, you need better observation. And that can only be achieved with the humility of a student, willing to listen, record, and adjust with care. The final, and most important, principle: treat each pre-sleep drink as an act of healing. Not just another item on your routine checklist. Do not reduce it to a task. Elevate it into a ritual. A moment where you deeply care for yourself. Where you communicate to your body that you are present, aware of its needs, and willing to accompany it through every night's rest. Sleep after the age of 60 is no longer a simple biological matter. It becomes a profound emotional journey between you and yourself. And a warm cup of fluid, taken mindfully at the right moment, with complete presence, is the key that opens that door. From now on, before going to bed, don't ask, "What should I drink to fall asleep?" Ask instead, "Am I truly giving my body what it needs to rest?" When you change the way you ask the question, you change the outcome. And when you begin to sleep deeply again, you will realize life still holds mornings that are clear, light, and warm, mornings where you don't just wake up, but come back to life from within. Have you ever wondered, is sleep a biological necessity or a quiet act of care that the body offers itself? After the age of 60, this question ceases to be theoretical, it becomes a vivid, nightly experience. People do not lose sleep simply because they grow old. They lose sleep because they have forgotten how to listen to their bodies. They live in a world of noise, where the value of deep sleep is often sacrificed to haste, to misguided beliefs such as, "Poor sleep is normal at this age." But the truth is this: restful, quality, and gentle sleep can absolutely return, if only we stop treating it as an inevitable loss and begin to see it as an old companion, quietly waiting for us to come back. You may have suffered from insomnia for 3 years, 5 years, or even more than a decade, but that does not mean your body has lost its ability to heal. On the contrary, the nervous system after 60 becomes more sensitive, more receptive than ever. All it needs is for you to change how you speak to it. Do not say, "I need to fall asleep immediately." Whisper instead, "I am here now, and I will not abandon you again." The right drink, at the right time, with the right breath. This can be the beginning of a profound inner recovery you never imagined possible. Sleep in later life does not come from force. It comes from intelligent surrender. If you've watched this far, perhaps something has already begun to stir within you. A quiet stream winding through layers of emotion. Perhaps you are not ready to make a change immediately. Perhaps doubt still lingers. But ask yourself, how many nights have you laid awake in the dark? Longing for uninterrupted sleep without relying on medication? How many mornings have you awoken only to feel as though you had never truly rested? How many times have you looked in the mirror and seen fatigue etched deeply into your eyes? And how many times have you suffered silently, with no one truly understanding what you were going through? The truth is, no one can live for you. No one can sleep for you. Every choice you make, from what you drink before bed, how you breathe, to how you listen to your body, is a brick you lay to rebuild the rhythm of life that age and time have gradually worn down. The journey of restoration after 60 is not a race against time. It is a nightly awakening, through each breath, each decision, and it all begins with one small change: to stop drinking plain water at night. And if you are someone who lives with elderly parents or cares for an aging loved one, this message is for you as well. Please do not dismiss the sleep of older adults as something minor or inevitable. Every night they sleep soundly is another day they live with greater health and vitality. Sleep is not merely physical recovery, it is a mirror of the mind. Do not wait for the body to speak through illness. Do not wait until it is too late. Begin tonight. Begin with the first glass of water you choose. Begin to sleep like someone who is healing, and wake like someone who has been reborn. Do not forget to click subscribe, so we may continue this journey together in future videos. We do not merely share information. We stand with you in rebuilding an old age that is sharp in awareness, strong in body, and deep in wisdom.